A Woman and Her Hats, a story of craft, history, and identity. Hello everyone, welcome and thank you for joining me today. I'm so excited to share with you something very dear to my heart, my handmade hat collection. Each of these hats, crafted by my own hands, tell a story. They come from threads of inspiration woven with memories, artistry, and the quiet joy of creating something beautiful. But this is not just a showcase of fashion. This is a walk through history, femininity, and identity. Hats have always fascinated me, not just for how they look, but for what they symbolize. For centuries, women have worn hats not just to protect themselves from the sun, but to complete an outfit, to express who they are in the world that often tries to silence women. A hat could speak, it could whisper elegance, shout confidence, hint at rebellion, or shelter a secret. The history behind the brim. Let's take a step back in time. Imagine in the early 18th and 19th centuries, when women's fashion was dictated by society's rigid rules. Hats were more than accessories, they were status symbols. The wider the brim, the richer the family. The more feather and lace, the higher the social class. Women use hat as a form of visual language, a way to say I belong or I dare to stand out. In Victorian England, for instance, a woman wouldn't be considered properly dressed without her hat and gloves. Millinery was a refined art. Milliners, often women themselves, have a deep understanding of materials and face shapes. They knew how to crown a woman with not just a style but confidence. My personal touch, handmade with love. As for me, the love for my hat started not in a history book, but in a quiet corners of my creativity. I started handmade hats as a way to slow down and reconnect with my hands, with materials, and with myself. Felt, straw, silk, ribbon, each element has its personality. When I sit down and create a hat, it feels like I'm shaping not just a fabric, but a story. Some of these hats are inspired by nature. One has the soft folds of a peony, and another carries the flowers in my garden, such as roses, daisies, daffodils, violet, lilies, camellias. The meaning beneath the hat. But more than craft, more than fashion, hats carry meaning. A hat can be a shield, a way to keep the world at a polite distance, or it can be an invitation to look closer, to see the person beneath. In many cultures, a woman's head covering is tied to faith, modesty, and ritual. In others, it's about celebration and joy. A wedding fascinator, a derby hat, a crown of flowers. These are more than accessories, they are symbols of life's sacred moments. There is also something wonderfully empowering about choosing your crown. In the world that often tells women how to look, how to dress, and how to be, making your hat is an act of quiet rebellion. It says, I defy beauty on my terms. It's about agency, dignity, freedom. When I wear one of my handmade hats, I feel a little taller, not because the hat adds height, but because it reminds me of what I'm capable of. That with patience and care, I can create something beautiful, that I am not just a consumer of fashion, but a contributor to a legacy of women who dare to express themselves. Inspirations is everywhere. Everywhere that I go, people compliment how beautiful it is. People often ask me, where did I get my inspiration? The answer is everywhere. A rose blooming on a rainy morning, a beautiful music that makes me cry. A world is full of shapes, colors, and textures waiting to be transformed into art. Sometimes I start with a feeling of courage, longing, delight. Then I ask myself, what would that feeling look like if it sat on someone's head? If it sat gently on my head? The process is never the same twice. That's what I love about it. It's like life itself, messy, unpredictable, but full of surprises. I have made hats that fit my feelings and carry the message for me that I am content, happy, I am enough. I'm unique and no one else can be like me. A gift to share. I'm sharing my collection today, not just to showcase my work, but to encourage you, whoever you are, wherever you are, to explore your form of expression, whether it's through fashion, painting, gardening, or storytelling. You have something in you that longs to be made visible. We wear many hats in our life: daughter, wife, husband, friend, worker, dreamer. But what if we could wear each one with pride, with care, and with love? So here they are, my hats, my stories, my soul is in stitches. Thank you for being here, for watching, and for seeing me not just as a hat maker, but as a woman honoring the past, celebrating the present, and dreaming into the future, one handmade crown at a time. Thank you so much.